What's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bells. Every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So this story come out of MSN.com, and it says court documents show Michael Oher received blindside payment just months before the claim. Now, I never seen the Blindside movie because the topic is always it's the same storyline. Destitute black child gets adopted or taken in by prominent rich white family, and he becomes successful through their work. The story's about him, but yet, what they did really becomes pretty much like the main topic. Yeah, it happens all the time. It is what it is. So, if I'm not mistaken, Michael Oher filed a lawsuit saying that pretty much the money was withheld from him and, illegally. Or they just took advantage of him because he was a young kid, 18, 17, 18, 19 years old, and didn't know what he was signing and, trusted the people that was over him, his guardians, to do right by him. And he has gotten older, maybe wiser, and he's saying that the money just isn't right. But I'm gonna go through this article because yes, there are a couple of things that I want to touch on. It says a new court filing has revealed that retired NFL player Michael Oher received a $138,311 from the Tui family in profits from the movie The Blind Side. So basically, like I said, he's saying he didn't receive a lot of money or he didn't get any money, but now they're filing documents saying that he did get some money, right? So the film's primary subject was offensive lineman, showcasing his quest to make it to the NFL through America's polarizing legal adoption process. Or originally made claims that the Tui family falsely adopted him, putting him under a legal conservatorship since he was a teen and withheld funds designed to go to his bank account, according to a legal court document statement shared by ESPN. Or received $138,311 in 10 separate payments as his share of the profits generated from the movie and the book. He was paid for his contribution to the film's production and his involvement in the book. Here's my issue. If you don't have a Michael Oher, you don't have a film or a book. So how can he contribute to his life? His life is the entertainment. It is a source of entertainment. His life is the reason why profits were made on a film. In a book. People want to know his story. Nobody cared about the Tui family and what they did. If they just would have put a book out and a story about their life, there probably wouldn't be a story to tell. But you're talking about a young brother who they love the story of, like say, a young destitute black male being taken in, by a white couple, and through them, he becomes rich, famous, and successful. Like I say, you're talking about his contribution. That makes no sense. Like I say, it's like they're downplaying the main focus of the story, which is him. The statement read, by agreement between the family members, including Sean and Leanne Tui, their children S.J. and Collins, and Michael Oher, the book and movie proceeds were to be split 5 ways. The statement was in line with the Tui's family original claims. Now I'm gonna say it like this. Michael Oher, at the time, I'm not gonna blame him. I'm not gonna blame any of the kids because they're children. I've seen contracts. I've seen how contracts are written. Hell, I've made a few contracts myself when it comes to like music business years ago. And they're not fair to the artist. Now, the production company, record labels, they'll say, hey, we're the ones putting all the money in. We're doing all the promotion. So we should get the lion's share of the proceeds. Okay, I get it. But without that artist, you wouldn't see anything. But what they're doing is they let's say like they have 10 artists, and let's say 9 of them flop. This is what they're banking on, and then but one of them hit it, and they make millions off this one artist. Well, the other 9 that flop, this one artist, unbeknownst to him or her, is paying for those other 9, paying for the losses those other 9 generated. But it's not fair. It's not fair, and it shouldn't fall on that one artist. That one artist is selling millions of records. That one artist should have millions of dollars. But the way the contracts are made out, they got advancements. Then there's recoupment, and then with studio time, production. Production of videos, promotional tours, clothing, things of that nature. And they'll charge the artist for that. Management fees, lawyer fees, all that kind of stuff. The artist has to pay for that, and that's why they end up selling millions of records and still living with their T. Jones or with their mama. It's no different in any form of entertainment. Movies, music, television. They don't, the actors do not make a lot of money. But the problem in this story is, like I say, the story is about Michael Oher. It'd be different if it had nothing to do with him. But it's about him. But he was like I said, him being young in his teens, and they're in the adults. And from what I read, the dad owns like a business, is a business owner. So he should know how business and contracts work, and should got a lawyer that can look out for Michael Oher's best interest, because again, it's his story. I tell you what, if let's say one of my kids made it famous and had a, tough upbringing or what have you, and they made it famous, and then they come and say, hey, somebody wants to do a movie or write a book about your child's life. Me as a parent, I'm like, cool. What you paying? When the contract comes out, I'm going to make sure that child who the story's about is going to get the lion's share of the profits. Not me, not their parent, not their mom, not their siblings, but that child, because the story is mainly about their life. Now, we can all get something out of it, yeah, but not equally, because they didn't come to see my upbringing. They came to talk, came to see about them. Like, what was the movie with what was it called? With Will Smith. It was about Venus and Serena and their dad, right? Now, see, a movie like that, let's say they came and, wanted that story told. They're all adults at this point, so they could, create a contract that's fair to everybody. Though everybody gets, a good, a good percentage of the profits. But when you're dealing with like youngsters like Michael Oher, which let's just be honest, I'm quite sure education wasn't probably the main focal point of his upbringing. And I'm sure as a child, he didn't read anything about contracts and entertainment law, or had any friends in the entertainment business, things of that nature. So I'm quite sure, that it was probably that he was just, I don't want to say gullible, because he was, like I say, he was young. It's kind of like when we get these student loans at 18, 19 years old, thinking, oh, it's just a few thousand here or a few hundred here. By the time I graduate, get a good job, I'll be able to pay them off. Then next thing you know, you're paying these minimum payments or a little over minimum, and you're still paying on the same. The little student loans go from 30,000 to 60 to 80, and 20 years later, you still owe the same amount of money that you started out with. And then people want to say, well, you shouldn't have signed a contract. You was grown. Come on now. We're talking about 18 years old. Let's be smart. Let's be obvious. Come on. Let's be honest. You're 18, 19 years old. You ain't thinking like that. Ain't thinking about getting through school, getting this money so we can survive through school, period. So we can make a better life for ourselves and get up out of certain situations, or to continue to live at a certain level or above. That's honest. Let's see. Let me read down. The document contains tax forms that provided evidence of the Tuohys receiving payments exceeding $432,000 from entertainment companies such as Left Tackle Pictures, Outcome Film Funding, and 20th Century Fox. Copies of checks and bank statements show deposits made to the bank accounts of one of Oher's children. Okay, so the question is, that $432,000, is that pre or post tax? Because if it's pre-tax, they ain't getting nothing but not even if half that money. In his original petition filed in Tennessee, Oher claimed that Leanne Tuohy, Sean Tuohy, and their biological children received a payment of $225,000 and a 2.5% share of the film's defined net proceeds. In a separate contract signed by Oher in 2007, he allegedly relinquished the rights to his story without receiving any payment in return. Now, 2007, that is 15 years ago. Would he have been a little older, a little wiser? I don't know. Who knows his mindset? But still, to me, if he did that, then again, he didn't have a lawyer. Should have got a lawyer and somebody to really explain what was going on. The Tuohy family fired back at the claim that they stole funds, saying Oher's accusations were a lie. Sean Tuohy added his belief that Oher was given an equal share of the film's profits, with everyone earning $14,000 each. Again, why is everybody getting an equal share when you're making money off this brother's back? You're making money off of him playing football and becoming like a top draft pick and making millions of dollars. You earned money off of his life story that you were a part of. And you feel it's fair. And it's okay to fix your mouth to say everybody got paid equally. Everybody didn't play equally. That's worse than the dang on me when people get divorced and the woman won't have when the man, like I said, played football all his life, down there kill himself out there. What they say, you ain't shooting these free throws, you ain't making these records, and you won't have? Yeah. Let's see, a Memphis judge officially terminated the conservatorship in September, but still ordered the financial accountant to trace all the money. Andrew Joseph and Broderick Johnson of Outcome Entertainment disclosed that they paid $767,000 to the talent agency that represented Oher and the Tuohy family for the film. Again, $767,000. You can say, well, hey, I paid them down there $1 million. Whatever they did with it, that's not my problem because the contract was signed through them. Okay, so they washing their hands of it. But again, you're talking about 2 adults, 3 children, talent agency. Talent agency gonna get their 30%, and then the taxes, and then everybody else, gonna split that money to where it be pennies. They released a joint statement sharing their belief that the entities will continue to receive additional profits for the movie in royalties as long as audiences continue to enjoy the story. Man, let me hurry up. According to Michael Lewis, the author of the book based on the story, Oher struggles in the NFL and other factors may have influenced his decision to file a lawsuit. Oher's lawyer dismissed Lewis's comments as goofy and suggested that they were a result of a head injury. Now here's the kicker part of this whole story. Released in 2009, The Blind Side was a success at the box office, grossing over $330 million. Now, I'm sure it didn't cost that much to make that movie. It was a documentary filmed on set with probably no CGI. The film has also been a hit regarding DVD and Blu-ray sale with a total of 3.9 million units sold. So if you're talking, let's just say a low end $10. So you're talking 30 to 40 million. Just a low end now, because they can go 15, 20 bucks. I'm just saying $10, just to put a number out there, just to make it easy for you, for myself. You're talking $40 million made on DVDs plus $330 million. So you're talking 375, 380, probably about 400 million, just to round it out. And this guy got 100 and something $1,000 for his story. And y'all think that's fair? Even today, movies continue to generate substantial revenue in Hollywood beyond a release date. According to the New York Times, Sandra Bullock, who played the character of Leanne in the film, earned $5 million for her role. What did the actor get for his role in playing Michael Oher? Matter of fact, man, look at her. I'm finna pull this man's name up right quick because I want to see a couple of things. I'm sorry, but we're gonna keep this going. Michael Oher, American football player. He was born in 86. Okay, so he was born in 86, 96, 2006. So he was 21 when he signed over his rights. So yeah, he was an adult. He was drafted in 2009. So he was 86, 96, 06. So he was 23. He was 23? Am I reading that right? 86, 96, 06. 20, 22, 23 years old. And he was drafted. He went to college. So he should have some kind of learning. So I'm kind of wondering if he was one of them guys like Dexter Manley who just made it through school and couldn't read or write. I'm just wondering. But they say he played with the Ravens, the Tennessee Titans, and the Panthers. So he played like 15 years, first round pick number 23. He made, I don't know, they don't say how much he made, but he's what? So if he's born in 86, he's in his 30s. That's for dang sure. He's retired, but I just wanted to see how old he was when all this stuff was signed. So he was like 21 years old. So he wasn't a kid, but he was still, you know, listening and taking advice and trusting these people. So that's my point is, like I say, it's a sad story that happens all the time. Young brother or sister got talent. Somebody sees the potential and they take advantage of it in order to get rich themselves. You hear stories of artists, musicians who write songs, perform songs, produce songs. And when you look on the records and you look at the listing, the track listings and writing credits, you'll see some strange name of some guy nobody knows who never wrote anything, never produced nothing, but their name is on there and they get a piece of that publishing and they get that for the rest of their life and their kids will get it too. When the artist, the person who wrote the song, you might not even see, you might see the name on there, but you don't own the publishing rights. But 30 years later, he can buy his publishing rights if he want to. And it's like, well, dang, all the main money has been made. Now you're just getting residual money, which is fine. I mean, for now, I mean, you can, make a little money here. You can still make a little money off your music, but the big piece of money has already been made. This is a travesty. There need to be changes to the entertainment world contract. They have these strikes, with these writer strikes, and people got something to say negatively about that. But I say this, the people work hard to put together stories. They don't always pan out. But when you have a story that people want and people make a profit off of, you should be compensated heavily, because if it wasn't for Michael Oher, there would be no Blind Side. Always remember that. If this movie made damn near $400 million worldwide since it's been out, that man should have got at least, I'm just going to say on the low end, 30 mil. Just on the low end. But really, he probably should have got like 150 of it. 150, but that's not going to be total profits. But I mean, just off the rip, he should have got 30 mil easy, because it's his story. But anyway, tell me what you think about this, man. I can ramble on this for days. Leave your comments below, then share it with the world. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe as always. With that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.